Hello, Facebook friends. I guess I should stop saying that, right? Because, what if a non Facebook friend listens to this somehow? You know? What if I drop my phone in a public toilet and a bum fishes it out and listens to this recording, and he's not my Facebook friend? It's not very inclusive of me, is it? Anyway, but this post is about Facebook, so it's fine. Today, an acquaintance of mine, I had a phone call with him, and I was complaining about. We were talking about a subject that we've talked about quite a bit on Facebook, which is basically the human voice and recording things. But then it devolved into a different, or not devolved, but it took a tangent, and we went off and started talking about basic communication in Facebook and debate in general. And he, like many before him, and I'm sure many after him, asked me, or more, it was part asking, part accusing me of getting some sort of enjoyment out of the stress and the argument on Facebook. And he asked me what it was, what compelled me to keep engaging in Facebook. And I've spent a lot of time over the last couple of years really thinking about this. And my answer is some of it's just pretty much self-destructive, self-sabotage, delaying things that I really want to do, procrastinating things that I actually enjoy doing, like making music and making art. But there's a deeper part of that too. And I was trying to explain this to him, and a lot of it is because his assertion was there must be certain amount of dopamine. And we know that Facebook has designed the like button for that, to get people addicted to dopamine. But that's not what it is for me. Like, the amount of likes I get on a given post is kind of irrelevant to me. Not totally, like, it's fun, especially if I post a song and everybody likes it. That makes me feel good because that's a really vulnerable moment, right? But most of the time, it's not that I enjoy the debate. It's really Facebook, and I'm sure somebody smarter than me can study Facebook and their algorithms, which, by the way, I don't think they should be able to keep secret. Just like you can't keep the ingredients on a can of peaches secret, you shouldn't be able to keep your algorithms secret either. We should know what's going into it. Sorry. But what is really happening to me is I'm being triggered with my survival instinct, my emergency response instinct. It's an involuntary response. Like when you slow down at a freeway, you can honk and all you want about the rubberneckers checking out the accident, but that's just human nature, because it's existential to know what dangers are around you and to be prepared. That's why the hairs stand up on the back of our necks. That's why the ears perk up. That's why there's a million reasons. But Facebook and social media in general is constantly triggering that survival instinct, that fight or flight response. It's involuntary, right? Back in the old days, when I was a child, in the early, later part of the before Christ era, back in the negative teens, and I was sitting around with my caveman friends, it would be very rare that the emergency response kicked in. Only when the occasional saber tooth came around, and then there was this other clan of cavemen just over the hill. One of them was named Jeremy, and he was an asshole. He would come into our camp and rape our bitches, really bumming everybody out. So we would have to get all riled up when Jeremy was coming over the hill, right? And we could smell him coming. The dude smelled, so that would trigger us. But it was few and far between. Most of the time, we just had dance parties. Great caveman dance parties. You got to be there. You think house music is fun? You ain't seen shit, my friend. And our dances were way stinkier too, in a good way. Good cavemen stink. But now when you log on to Facebook, you're getting that emergency response all day, every day. There's a shooting here, disaster here, terrorist over here. Oh, they're going to take your rights way over here. Protest over there. Shutting things down over there. Big fire. Oh, church is on fire over here. Racism everywhere. We're surrounded by Nazis. Everybody knows that. It's constant triggering of that fight or flight response, whether you know it or not. And I'm sure they've also got it built in to the algorithm, or I suspect, I don't know, because nobody knows but fucking Mark Zuckerberg and his little pals. But I suspect that the news feed gives you just more of what you want. So there's a loop that happens there. Since I get my fight or flight response triggered so often by emergency, Facebook knows that I engage with that more, so it gives me more of that. So my feed, unless I were to shoot myself and start over with a new life and new responses, is all basically emergency. So, I mean, that begs the obvious question is, why do I keep coming back? And then we've gone full circle back into the self-sabotage and the other really negative things. But yeah, so I hope that clears things up. I really don't have fun debating. It is done out of an involuntary response almost. I mean, I can't say somebody's injecting the heroin into my arm, because I could stay away from Facebook. But man, once you log on, those fight or flight drugs get smashed right into your face. And I admire people who can stay away from social media, because I don't know why I can't. Well, anyway, there's more to talk about on this subject, but I'll leave it for a different recording. Okay? Suffice it to say, that's why you see me on Facebook so much. Thank you for listening.